The Detroit Lions have acquired two new wide receivers, Trinity Benson and KhaDarel Hodge. So who are they? Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. Thank you everybody for joining. My name is Jay. And tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'm going to be hosting a live stream here on the channel, a one-year celebration, the anniversary, the birth of Let's Talk Lions. So at 11 a.m., join me. We're going to have a good time. We'll talk about the 53-man roster, just cover anything and everything that's really transpired over this last year. So the Lions as a whole are one of the youngest rosters in the NFL at this point. I do believe we are the second youngest roster. Now, that's pretty crazy, but something that's really good about it is it's all about building out for the future. It's not us trying to bull rush some W's now. It's looking down the line, having these guys, developing these young guys, and growing. So truly, I love that fact. But moreover, I love that fact because Brad Holmes is the mastermind behind it. Knowing that Brad Holmes is leading this charge, knowing his skill set in scouting and being able to find players, find really good players, I trust this. You gotta trust the process. With that being said, the Lions did bring in two new wide receivers. One of them acquired via a trade, the other off the waivers. So, beginning with Trinity Benson. And in the words of Brad Holmes, who the hell is Trinity Benson? That's probably one of my favorite things about this story, is Trinity Benson, a UDFA picked up actually by Denver. We then make a trade. We give away our 5th and 7th round picks for Trinity Benson and their 6th round pick. When this all transpired, our director of pro scouting came to Brad Holmes and said, yeah, you got to look at this guy, showed him the tape. And when he said, I really think we should look at Trinity Benson, those were Brad Holmes' words. He said, who the hell is Trinity Benson? and to me, I love the transparency there. I love the fact that he was, it's not like, we found this guy we're really excited about. Like, he's like, I had no idea who this brah was. And then pro scouting director shows it to him, shows him the tape. He evaluates him. He's like, oh my, this guy's at the top of the list. He pops off in the preseason, so much so that his tape shows how explosive he is, his route running, all these things. Brad Holmes lays it out for us. Actually, you could see it here. He said, when I first watched the tape, I was like, wow. Holmes continued, he popped off. He had juice. He had explosiveness. His upside as a route runner gets you really excited for a young guy. And then the more work you do from an intangibles standpoint, he's a tough kid that's a hard worker. He's smart, does things the right way. That's when I called George to see if we could get something worked out. At this point, Brad Holmes watches the tape, and one of his skill sets, Holmes, is evaluating players as a scout. So to hear that Holmes looks at this guy, sees the intangibles, sees what he can do, the tangibles, the intangibles, all of it, and is like, man, I want this guy. I love this move. Now, it is interesting. We could have allowed him to go to the waiver wire. However, if you do that, then you risk the chance of somebody with a higher priority on the waiver line can pick him up before the Lions. So Brad Holmes says, hey, let's make a trade. So I do like it in hopes that this guy develops into exactly what we need him to be. He's young, he's 24 years old, and that means he could be here for the long haul, especially if he is as good as expected to be. Then we snatched off of the waivers KhaDarel Hodge. Hodge played for Cleveland for the past 2 seasons, and before that, he actually played in LA with one Jared Goff. Now, he only saw a little bit of time with Goff. I'm pretty sure it was only 2 receptions total for like 17 yards. However, when you look at his stats in Cleveland, there's a little bit more to go off of. Last year, specifically 2020, he played in 9 games. He had 11 receptions for 180 yards. So you're looking at about 16 yards per reception. He's 26. He's fast off the line. All in all, I love what we're doing. We're building out a young roster that is so good for where we want to go. We're not in a win it now type of situation. So you get all these young 23, 24, 25-year-old guys, and you're moving down the stretch so that by the time they're 26, 27, 28, that's when you are at your best. That's when you're competing for an actual division title, playoffs, the whole bit. All I know is it is exciting. One thing, though, it does worry me is Tom Kennedy could be seeing his roster spot taken away if one of these two guys really do up their game and are worth everything that it seems like they are. With that being said, that is it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, tomorrow, 11 a.m. And Wednesday next week, I do believe, Dose of Dion will be coming on the show. That's right, going to be hosting the legend here on Let's Talk Lions.